Good morning, traders. Hope everyone had a nice weekend. Not seeing much moving this morning. A couple of stocks jumping around. Nothing really special yet. If you're new here, we'll be watching this volume spike column for anything that's moving. If it's spiking up, we'll have a green number. If it's spiking down, it'll be red. We see a spike here, we will come over and confirm that we have enough volume to get in and get out safely. We'll be watching for the crossover of these two moving averages and for the spike arrows to come in. I'll be marking support and resistance levels. Let me get rid of that one. If you've never seen me mark them before, when a stock is running up, we don't chase green candles. When it turns around, I'll put a resistance level here, and when it drops down, wherever this red candle stops, I'll put a support level. This is just an example. And we get in around the support area, that's going to be your decision for the bounce back up to a higher level. But as of now, we're sitting here waiting for something to spike. And good morning to everyone on Discord and YouTube. Let's see if we can't get a stock play this morning. Last week was pretty awful. We have about 2 minutes to go yet, a little over. Be careful at market open. Of course, there might not be anything to be careful about, but we're hoping so. I like to stick with V4 during pre-market. You can run the HMA if you want to. About 45 seconds to go yet. And let's see what happens here. Let's watch for volume spikes. NCL bouncing around. It's about $1.40, $1.50. Be careful of pump and dumps this morning. That's why I don't like to chase green candles in pre-market. They may run up and drop a big red candle on you. Definitely no volume in this stock. From 65 to 900. PHUN is stock from last week. NCL did decide to move up. I thought it had died. It went from 65,000 shares to less than 1,000. Now back up to 40,000 shares. Kind of wonder about this one. The scan does not work in pre-market. It is not a pre-market scan. We will definitely turn it on when the market opens, though. See what happens. Watching NCL, the volume is really weird on this stock. We went from nothing to 65,000 to 1,000. Then we had 17,000 on the last bar, and now 40,000 on this one. It's kind of all over the place. It's definitely going up. But we'll wait for the pullback. See if we can get a pullback play on it, or does it become a dud? If you are a professional green candle chaser, you probably took your shot at it. I'm not one. Need this red candle to come down about half of that big green one. They're coming back in to buy it up some more. Well, that wasn't much of a pullback. It's kind of a bounce around. This is definitely a hard one to mark out. Let's see if this is a pullback or are they just bouncing around for more run-ups. I don't know. I can't predict this one. This is a tough one. I'll leave this one to you if you want to take your chances or not. Is this just another short pullback here? It looks to be so. It looks like they're interested in this stock for some reason, but they sure can't get a steady movement going on it. It's like nobody's trusting it. Get a green candle, get out. Get a green candle and get out. Good job, Peter. Let's see if that's a pullback. That's just going to be a lucky guess. I don't have any confidence in here. If y'all want me to run the HMA, I'll run it. I planned on running it with the scan. If I even have it loaded. So I'm kind of missing some things this morning. I don't even see it loaded. I know I've installed it, but I don't see it loaded at all. I'm missing some scans. I'm missing some indicators this morning. So I had a really weird weekend. I have two different computers, one downstairs and one upstairs in my office. The one downstairs is on Linux, and it was migrating all weekend. So I kind of figured it was all migrating upstairs and downstairs. And I come upstairs this morning to my office, and I still have the old TD Ameritrade icon on my desktop. So I booted into the old TD Ameritrade setup, and it came alive, but half the stuff is missing. Downstairs is still migrating. I don't know. I'm kind of stuck in the middle between Linux and Windows. Which one? This one's missing some stuff. The other one won't let me log in at all. Yeah, I'm not even finding it in my list. Let me try this one. This is when I first started the script. That one will work. It's probably not the one you have, but it should be functioning the same. Well, maybe I'm blind this morning, Installer Pro. That's a common thing too. Yep, that one right there, you are correct. So if you didn't watch my video over the weekend, this is the HMA indicator. And when it turns magenta, the stock is going to trend down. When the line turns light green, it's going to trend up. This white arrow represents a color change. And the yellow arrow represents exit and enter. This would be an exit. This would be an exit for if you were shorting, but it did not actually go down. So you want to wait on a white arrow and another green candle. Be safe about it for the run up. The steeper this line, the stronger the run. That's the most important thing about this indicator. The steeper the line, the stronger the run. If it's like this, it may not run up. It may run up a little bit, but not a bunch. But you want to see that drastic curve, and sometimes it'll create a V and just shoot up. You got that right, bull over bears, and sometimes it'll drop just as fast. And if you didn't know, this is the faster moving line out of the Swing Combo Master. I stripped it out of there and made it a standalone indicator so I could get these arrows in. So you kind of had it already in the Swing Combo Master. It's the faster moving line. That is correct. It's the faster moving line out of the Swing Combo. The yellow arrow is exit. This would be exit. Of course, watch the candles and exit when you're in the money, because you could lose a little waiting on this yellow arrow. Always play at price action. Don't never rely on an indicator. If you're into good profit, take it. Indicators are kind of laggy. Even the HMA is a little laggy. You can see it's lagging here because you would have, if you stayed into the color change, you would be down here. That's why I put this yellow arrow in. You are welcome. So in the Swing Master combo, we were waiting on the two lines to cross, which is still a good thing to do. But I noticed we were leaving money on the table if we waited on that crossover of the two lines. That's the reason I stripped it out of there as a standalone indicator. You're welcome, RJ. Just make sure you take some time to learn it. As I always say, even though I put them out there, you still have to learn them. You have to figure it out. It's like any other indicator. It's the people, the buyers and the sellers, that determine the direction, not the indicator. So this would be the exit if you were shorting this stock right here. So I would say play the yellow arrows to short and the white arrows to enter. So this must have been on somebody's forum or being pumped up by Reddit or somebody like that, because it just lost all of it right afterwards. That's probably why I couldn't find an entry on it. It was up and down in different spots. Now it's totally dead and almost near the bottom. Low profile, you're going to have to take that over to support. I don't have time to do that this morning in our live trading session. This is where you have to build trust in this indicator. That's why I think you should learn it, watch it before you actually trade it. The angle of this line is weakness. It's not a strong run up. Of course, we're trying to test it on possibly a pump and dump stock. It may respond much differently on a regularly traded stock. Thank you, Asa. Good morning to you. Thank you for joining us. Looks like the scanners are dead this morning after this one stock. So enjoy your coffee as we wait on the next one to move up, or your lunch or your dinner, depending on where you are. Me, I'm still yawning, so it's coffee. SGMT moving, but not enough volume to take action. Thank you, Barry, for your donation. Greatly appreciated. God bless you. So if you haven't hit the like button this morning, there's 260 of you and only 88 likes. Do me a favor, hit the like button, pay it forward, make YouTube buy me a cup of coffee or something. Thank you, George, for your donation. Greatly appreciated. God bless you. You're welcome, CC. SMCI, kind of out of everybody's price range unless you're doing options. Definitely looks good on the HMA scanner or indicator. The yellow indicators are letting you know when the price crosses above or below the moving average line. Yeah, I'm noticing my bid and ask isn't up there since you mentioned that. Let's get it up there. I need to save this study. This is why I suggest you play the price action and not the arrows or the crossovers, because you lose quite a bit of money right here waiting on this yellow arrow. I mean, if you want to hang on to see if it has more to it, that would be the play, is to wait on the yellow arrow, because the line has not changed colors. This could just be profit takers before the next run up. It could even be a pullback. Man, you guys don't like hitting the like button, do you? Got about 30 more. Thank you, Casey. For a minute there, I thought I wasn't worthy. Let's get rid of these old lines. If I can mark a pullback here on this one. Definitely running up. Lots of buyers on this one coming in. Look how steep that line is. Do we get a pullback? That's what I'm interested in. I want a safe entry. I don't want to chase the green candles. Although I may be able to chase them with this indicator. I don't know yet. I haven't even learned it well enough to trust it. Looks like the buyers are keeping this stock up. I don't like the tall wicks on the top of the candles. These wicks up here are sellers driving the price back down. We want to see wicks on the bottom or no wicks on the bottom. That would be the ideal scenario. Let's see if this is a pullback. There should be some profit takers here. Definitely not a pullback. It looks like they're going to drive it up a little more, maybe. So far, the HMA is telling us the truth. It's still going up or trying to. All right, let's see if we get a pullback. Well, it looks like a short one, but it's going to bounce, that's for sure. You're going to have to be quick if you want it, and I don't even know if it's going to break 297. The stock appears to have a lot of buyers. I'm watching the bars on Dominator Master. They are red, so it's probably not going anywhere. I think it's the safest move is to watch Dominator Master and watch these candles. They're not candles, they're bars. To see who's dominating, the buyers or the sellers in the current candle. So when we get a pullback, instead of watching here, you should be watching here for buyers to come back in on the pullback to make a safer entry if it's going to run up more. So you go from me marking out the pullback to the support level, watching this candle for green. And I keep calling it a candle when it's a bar. I guess it's Monday. Going to remove the lower line and bring it down here when this candle stops. Let's see if we get a bounce from 256 to 297. I'm watching this candle here now, this bar. Buyers are trying to drive it up. I'm also watching Dominator, the original Dominator here. They are trying to push it up. Next bar coming in is red. And the buyers step back in. This is why I prefer the Dominator Master over this one. They're both good, but I know what's happening in that current candle by watching these bars. You can't tell that down here. Buyers are coming in. We got two green bars. It is slightly moving up. We do have green over red now. Let's see if the buyers come in on this bar. This is Dominator Master, I think it's V2. This is the one with the bars. There's only two. One has bars, one has lines. I don't know if mine is called the same as yours. I can look real quick. Mine's called Dominator Master. I'm watching sellers come in. This one will protect you right here. Instead of just grabbing the support level, you can watch these bars to see who's winning. These bars also represent, like this is lower volume. The volume was increasing because the bar is longer. The bar is increasing because the volume is longer or higher. As long as the bars are increasing in length, the volume is increasing. Now the volume is dying off. And the buyers are giving up. They're taking profits. So this is volume, but it's only based on the last 20 bars. It's getting an average from the last 20 bars, but it's mainly focusing on the current candle above. So this is not your typical volume indicator. This is a shorter range. By creating a shorter range in this indicator, I was able to get quicker movement in the current bar. So getting a percentage of the 20 candles as far as buyers and sellers, and monitoring the red and the green within the bar. Sam, I believe it is. If you want to hold on and willing to risk a little bit of profit by waiting on the color change, I think I prefer to get out at the peak of the price action. Everybody will have their preference on it, I'm sure. I'm liking what I see, though. Of course, I've been watching it for a couple weeks before I even stripped it out of there. Watching the volume increasing in the bars. Dominator Master. I'm seeing buyers coming in. I think the run is over, personally. It just may be latecomers hoping for it to bounce back up again. In other words, oh man, I missed it. Maybe it's going to do it again. How many times have you done that? I know I've done it. Chaz, it's brand new. I haven't tested it on anything other than is it correct or not correct. Each trader's going to have to figure out how to use it, apply it to their strategy. They even have to create a strategy for it. I actually believe, Peter, we have the script for for TradingView for the Dominator. It does not, Don. It pulls up stocks as soon as we go from magenta to green or from green to magenta. It's looking for color change. But it does not work in pre-market. It does not have the pre-market script included in it. And I can't even add it because if I add it to it, it's going to override the indicator itself. It'll just go by pre-market movers and not by the color change. But it'll turn on at market open at 8:30. I ran that scan last week, I believe, but the market was so awful, nothing came up. We had one or two movers, but nothing fantastic. So there's the flat green line I mentioned in the video. No angle, pretty much horizontal. Waiting for something to move. There's nothing to do but sip your coffee, eat your lunch or your dinner. Wait for a volume spike. Nothing's moving in the market. If something's moving, it should pop up on these two scans. I can see where I may have to turn the dinger off, though. It could get annoying all day long, especially if you're running multiple charts with the same indicator. It probably won't quit dinging. I mean, if I'm staring at the screen, I don't need a ding as well. That's how I look at it. Telling you each time an arrow pops in. It's going to tell you when this one pops in, when this one pops in, when these yellow ones pop in. You'll hear a ding every time an arrow appears. So if we're consolidating like this, it's going to ding, 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 ding. That's why I don't like alerts. You can turn it off just by going to Studies, Edit Studies. Right here's the indicator. Click the gear icon, and you can turn off the alerts right here. And I'll do it right now. And I'll probably make an upgrade to the Swing Combo Master. I'll put that option to turn off the noise in that one as well. Yeah, the SPY is creeping up slowly. Don, I can see where it has its benefits, but I can also see where it would be annoying, because I'm watching multiple stocks on different screens, and if I'm using that indicator, I got a feeling if they were all consolidating, I would be quickly turning it off. At least RVSN didn't sell off like the other one did. I think the other one was mainly just pumped up and then dropped way back in here somewhere. At least this one's holding a range. And at least my scans are working. Had to rebuild them last week. Douglas, I have not. This indicator uses square root and division and everything, and I don't know if it would respond the same. You'll just have to test it and see if it does. Greg, you just found your answer. It does not work in pre-market. Nice tall green bar. I don't know if y'all heard about our weather, but we're expected to get 3 to 5 inches of rain over the next 3 days. This morning's supposed to be some pretty heavy showers moving in. Hopefully the internet company's up to speed and I don't lose connection. We're also expecting high wind. I agree. Yeah, you better. I have my phone already ready. I don't trade unless that app's running on my side. The internet goes down and I'm in a stock, I need a way to get out. And the phone is the alternative backup. Well, my problem is it's not a power outage. It's going to be the internet company itself. Everything over here is underground. And I think the moisture has gotten them a couple of times. I'm only worried about internet connection failing. I'm not worried about power. I haven't changed anything. I've always had this scan here, this one here, this chart up here, and the magic scan here. The layout is the same. Good morning, Hennessy. Thank you for that live stream yesterday. That was a good one. So those of you, I've seen several of you ask if this indicator is available. It's been available since Saturday. It's in TOS scripts at the bottom. Whenever you see me post a video on YouTube about a new indicator, about 5 minutes later, I'm putting it on Discord. And the new indicators will always be at the bottom of the list. Good morning, Nora. OT, are you on a 1 minute chart or 5 minute chart? Because I'm not seeing a pullback here. The pullback is after a strong run up. This is consolidation here. This is not a pullback. The HMA scan does not work until market opens in its regular session. It's not a pre-market scan. So let's look at the different time frames. Let's go to 5 minute. You can see 5 minute is kind of consolidating, but it looks like it may be wanting to run up. If you go to your 15 minute chart, it looks like you never should have got out of it. So you're going to have to explore the different time frames, because hanging on a 15 minute chart, this is a lot of profit loss. I would just use it as confirmation of the trend, not trade off a 15 minute. The 5 minute may be tradable, but I don't think I would have hung on to this yellow arrow when the profit is up here. I'm going to say use 5 and 15 for confirmation of trend and trade the 1 minute. It may be working somewhat, but it's not going to work to its full potential. Let's see if it'll work. Let me see if I can find it. So mine's not working at all. Yeah, the indicator will work. All indicators will work because they're not scanning for stocks. They're just monitoring stocks. The indicator's fine. It should be working exactly like it's supposed to. But the scan does not. This indicator right here is how me and Trader 22 was playing Mara for several weeks. He's pretty much the one that figured out that we only really need this one line. So I'm going to give him the credit. But all of a sudden, he has disappeared since the 6th of the month. I have not heard from him. I'm kind of worried about him. It's not likely for him to just disappear when you have daily contact every day. So I'm kind of concerned of what happened, if something happened. Thank you, OT. I'm seeing some green come in, but they're not spiking. They're just previous numbers, it looks like. They're not moving at all. Remember, these are volume changes. They're not money changes. SGMT, small spike. Always watch this current bar. That's why I created it. It'll tell you what's going to be happening up here. If you see red coming in, you know there's some sellers present. Not enough volume to be interested in this stock for a pre-market trade. All right, it seems to be a little slow. I'll do my introduction here. I am Ricky Gaspard. I'm a guy who trades from his home office. Been trading since the 1990s. I'm also a ThinkScript coder. I've been coding for about 15 years. And we're watching this volume spike indicator. This is the first thing that I created that really helped out. It let me know if stocks were taking off, so I didn't have to pay for a real-time scanner. And it lets me know sooner than a real-time paid service when the stock first starts moving, not after it's already moved, in most cases anyway. So once we see a spike here, and we look over here at this momentum indicator, this is looking 30 minutes back in pre-market for anything that's moving. If it's moving a little, it gets a smaller number. If it's moving a lot, like the stock on your screen, it gets a higher number. So once we confirm a volume spike, and we come over here and we're testing a new indicator this morning, we look to see if we have a green line. The green line represents a trend upwards. A magenta line represents a trend downwards. Still learning how to use it in pre-market, because it seems that some of the pre-market stocks are popping up, but we already have a green line. There is a scan that goes with this indicator, and it's going to find the very beginning when a stock changes from magenta to green, or from green to magenta. So we see a spike here. We confirm there's enough volume in the current candle by looking right here at current bar volume. If there's enough volume flow, and I'm talking the stocks are steadily moving, this number is steadily climbing. We don't want it to pause, because if it's pausing, that means there could be some trouble there. So if it's steadily moving and we decide to get into a stock, that I will mark support and resistance levels, such as this. This would be resistance, this would be support, and I'll be marking the bottom of this red candle for the bounce back up. That's how the pullback works. I don't chase green candles. I've lost a lot of money in my time doing so. This indicator may change that for me. I don't know yet. I'm still learning it myself. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'll put the link down in the description. That's where all of this stuff began. And you'll find all of these indicators on our Discord channel. These are all located, well, this one's not in current setup yet, but I will get it there. But we have a current setup folder that contains all of these indicators for you to load. You can also visit our trading floor where we have Gregster and River Place Dad doing their due diligence on stocks, and they post the good ones when they find them. We have options traders where we have Bobby over there instructing about options. He also holds a live stream like I do whenever he has enough participants. He held one yesterday. I hope you caught it. It was a very good one. If you have trouble installing indicators and labels, visit our how-to videos first before you ask any questions. Especially video number 8, it'll walk you right through installing scripts, labels, and indicators. If you're still having issues, visit our support department, post your question. Somebody will get to you as soon as possible. And I'll put the link to our Discord channel down in the chat. If you don't belong to our Discord channel, we'd love to have you join us. And that's where you'll meet other investors. There's about 3,500 of them over there. Everybody's sharing information. Most of them are helping each other. Once you catch on, I'm sure you'll be doing the same. I appreciate you joining us this morning as we wait on the next stock pick to pop up. I'll be uploading those 2 streams later today. I haven't had time to do that yet. We had a good stream by Hennessy and another one right after it by Bobby. I still have to upload them. I'll get it done. Bobby actually had a live futures trading last night. I don't know if you participated in it or not. I recorded for about the first hour and a half, but I think he kept it going for a few more hours after that. Hopefully you made some money with him. I know, Hennessy. I think futures trading is like watching paint dry. It's too slow for me. I've seen snails win a race faster. I like fast action, in and out, done in less than a minute. You're welcome, Grace Fire. It's kind of funny because we all have our favorite indicator until I put out a new one. Each new one becomes a favorite. It tells me they're working, all of them. AJ, it's very simple. You just wait on the color change. An arrow's going to pop in when the color changes. An arrow's going to pop in if the price drops below the moving average. So if you got in here, this is saying you may need to get out, but I wouldn't wait on arrows. I would watch price action. You got to learn it. Don't just trust an indicator with your money. Use this as a second opinion. That's how I do it. So you're going to get in on a white arrow, or you're going to wait and study this stock and see what it's going to do after that white arrow. That's how I would do it. And if I get a yellow arrow that tells me to get out, I'm probably going to hang on and see if I start getting red candles down. In this instance, you get a yellow arrow to get out, but the angle of the indicator is still kind of upwards. So you need to learn what's happening. I guess the slower the volume, the more angle the less angle you get on the indicator. If people are really buying it, it'll make a 90-degree turn and point north. Those are the strong plays. When this line turns north and starts running up, this may help you stay in a stock because you can see the trend. AJ, I have to answer your question this way. I trade volume and price action. I read candles. Indicators are a second opinion for me. I'm watching the volume if the buyers are coming in. I make my decision based on buyers and sellers, not on indicators. The indicator just gives me a trend and maybe a second opinion if I'm correct or not. I don't trust white arrows. I don't trust yellow arrows. I trust volume and price action. So if it gets a white arrow and you just click the button, you could have a red line, a magenta line 2 bars from there, and you'll be wrong. This is kind of like an early warning. Hey, this stock may go up, it may not. Now, if this line turned directly north and I got a white arrow, I may be tempted to get in. But since we're on an angle, a slow rising 45-degree angle, I don't think I would use this as an entry. And I don't think I would use this as an exit. I would only use it as confirmation of the trend if I did decide to get in this stock. The stock is consolidating. You do not enter when a stock is doing that, unless you see a breakout somewhere. AJ, I hope you're just practicing because it sounds like you need a lot more studying before you start throwing money at it. And I don't say that to be rude. I'm saying it to protect you from losing money. See you later, Raphael. Thank you for joining us this morning. Yeah, definitely trade on a simulator. Yeah, but tuition can be very expensive if you don't know what you're doing and you're using real money to learn. That's a no-no. Come here every morning, watch these live streams, watch us do it over and over again. Study more on volume and price action and what the candles are doing, and just use the indicators as confirmation. This is a pretty good run for this stock. Good job, Michael. AJ, I just explained it to you. The white arrow is a color change. When the price breaks below the moving average, you get a yellow arrow. This is a get out indicator. I'm not going to go through it all again, but that's basically what they stand for. Michael, we got to learn this indicator. That's why you got out too soon. You made money. Don't complain. You're green. I can see the steepness of the line getting steeper. Yeah, if I ever say I don't think you know enough, don't ever take it as an insult. I'm actually protecting you. Look at those moves, would you? Thank you, HMA. So look at Dominator Master Bars. No red, all green. Volume is increasing. Of course, it was kind of laying flat in here, and then all of a sudden they all stepped in. Be nice if this green bar got taller than the one before it. But I have a feeling profit takers are going to be in here soon. Good job, OT. Green is green. So here is where I would get out if I had bought this stock. I did not buy it. I'm learning to. I was playing the crossover and super combos. Now I got to change my strategy. So strategy number 55 coming up. That's no joke. AJ, I'm a volume price action guy. I don't really care about indicators or, hey, RSI is oversold or overbought. I just follow where the buyers and sellers go, and I follow them. I've seen RSI overbought all day long, and the stock continue to rise. I've seen it oversold for hours, and the stock continued to fall. Nice green bar right here. They may hit 12. Let's see. I think it's over myself. I think this is the top. Let's see if it makes me wrong, and it probably will. It's bumping the high. Let's see how good HMA is here. We did break 12. Yeah, they start manipulating it after they start taking off. Isn't that beautiful, fun human? Love to see plays like that. I'll probably trade today, but I don't know if I'm going to trade off of this indicator. I'll probably learn it most of the day, match it up to the scan, see how accurate the scan is according to the indicator. I suggest you do that as well. And just remember, there always can be a group of sellers to take you right out of it in a heartbeat. That's why I say don't trust indicators, watch volume and price action as well. Once you figure this out, and you could do it in a day, I would imagine, if you watched it all day, figured out your best play. Do you take the chances on the color change, or do you take your chances on the angle of the line? I think it's high volume and the steepness of the line. That's what I'm going to go for today. But moves like this tell me I need to be looking elsewhere as well. Stephen. It's probably the only one moving this morning, the one that looks more solid than the rest. I don't remember when it popped up on our scans, but I think it was right in here somewhere. So from $9 to $12 or $13. The volume spike is what caught it. I clicked on the spike somewhere about in here. I don't remember exactly where. I'm always going to call volume spike my number one indicator. I don't think anything out there can beat this. That's where it all starts, is in this column. $671, you're saying back down in here somewhere or further back? It would be way back here. $710. That would be $761, not $671. Oh, Eastern time. So that would be $610. Yeah, it may have brought it up here in the volume spike, but then we didn't pay attention because of the flat movement. If you're new here, I do this every morning live. That's every morning. I'm not having issues with Schwab or internet connections. I think we're past most of the trouble. I do this for free. All the indicators are free. All I ask is that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the videos, comment on the videos. Let YouTube know I'm doing a good job. Let's keep the ratings up so I can keep this going for free. I do have a donations set up. If you like to donate and pay it forward, like I'm paying it forward, I'm giving away everything. You can click the $sign down there where you type in the chat with the square around it. Then click Super Chat and name your donation price if you want to pay it forward. Over in our Discord channel, I have a Patreon link, and I left the option there for you if you want to do a monthly subscription. You can choose either $5 a month or $30 a month. If I've done you some good and you want to help me keep it going, your donation is greatly appreciated. And this is the kind of stuff you're going to get, like you see here this morning. We're watching the market with you. I'm going to try to mark out the entries and exits. We all trade together and learn. They are different. They're both pre-market scans. This one uses the regular ThinkorSwim after-hours script. Nothing that I coded in this scan. This scan is standard if you know how to set it up. This one's custom coded by me. It also takes into consideration the trading in after hours the prior day. And it watches those stocks as well at pre-market. So they're both pre-market scans. This one's just standard. This one's custom. This one says pre-market risers. This one says pre-market risers custom. Thank you, RJ, for your donation. Greatly appreciate you, and God bless. AJ, I trade differently than most people. I don't jump in with 10 shares or nothing. I use higher share size than most people. Of course, there's some that trade higher than I do, but I consider it above the average. So I really have to have the perfect setup before I click the button. I don't like throwing $10,000 at a stock at market open. It's too volatile to gamble that much money. So trading market open has to really be my setup, my strategy for me to click the button. Everybody's different. Martina, this is the faster moving line that's located in the swing combo. The reason I stripped it out was so that I could put the arrows in, or I would have had 6 different arrows in the swing combo if I would have just tried to do it within that indicator, and I had the feeling everybody would be lost. So I stripped it out as a standalone indicator, and that's what you're looking at. You're welcome, CJ. Thank you, AJ. Currently, no volume spikes. Coming up on the 8 o'clock hour. If you're new here, I take a 10-minute break around 8 o'clock. Sometimes I forget to, and I take it at 8:10 when somebody reminds me. After I return about 8:25, we're going to change the scan over to the HMA scan at the top. I'll probably run something different on the bottom. I haven't decided yet. I know this is supposed to be earnings week, so let's check earnings real quick. If anything's on it, there is AGNC. So this one's going to report earnings after the market closes. That tells me their earnings are probably down. This one's reporting after hours, after the market closes. This one's reporting next week. Yeah, tomorrow will probably be the better. If they release them before market opens, that tells me the earnings are probably good and they're ready for everybody to pump the stock up. Whenever they post it after hours, that tells me they're avoiding the buyers and sellers, and hopefully they forget about it by morning. That's my theory anyway. Thank you, JV, for that comment. Good to see you this morning. So we did get a color change. It looks like the volume may be coming back in. But that doesn't mean it's going up. It's already had its run. I'm going to say it's probably going to retest that level. This is a good example why I say don't trust indicators in your trade, because we did get a change of color. We got a white arrow and we ran into resistance. You got to pay attention to price action, or you would have wasted a trade right here. I just heard a ding. Thought I turned them off. Now I have to investigate. Is it only turning off the white or the yellow and not all of them? I have to figure it out. Thank you, Hennessy. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock here. I'm going to take my 10-minute break. Y'all make a lot of money while I'm gone, and I shall return shortly. All right, I am back. So here's a good thing for everyone to practice is I took that scan, the HMA scan, and I changed the time frame to daily. And then I put my chart on daily. And I did this over the weekend. Like tonight when the market's completely closed, I'm talking after hours and everything. And I called this scan my daily research scan, even though it's the HMA scan, so that I know that I need to be on daily on my chart to review it. And on a daily time frame, it's going to find the beginning of the green on the HMA. This tells it's going to pull up a list of stocks the night before that may be trending up tomorrow. So when market opens, I took that same scan and I made it daily, then I made it hourly, then I made it 15 minutes, 5 minutes, and 1 minute. So I changed that scan numerous time frames. And I'm going to be monitoring daily, hourly, 15-minute, 5-minute, and 1 minute watch list on my other monitor. This is a good start to your day. At least on a daily, it's going up. You'll have to monitor it on the other time frames as well. But this should give you some stocks to watch for the next day. I am seeing the SPY pulling back. That could affect a lot of movement in stocks at the open. I do have the HMA on the SPY, and it's magenta. I'm hearing a ding, but I'm not seeing an arrow. Like I have some work to do. Yeah, that's what it is. It's one of my other monitors. Thanks for that reminder. I did find it. It was on the swing combo I have running on another screen. Dusty, not this morning. I forgot to put money in the cash drawer. I feel like I missed a really good run here, but I'm still in the not trusting stage. There is no alerts on scans unless you put one through ThinkorSwim, and it's only going to alert you if the scan refreshes. I don't include alerts on scans. That'll be up to you. The reason I put them in there is I have so many people asking me to put them in there. I guess they like to walk away when they're in a trade. I don't do that. I'm not going to trust my investment to a ding. Right now, I am more interested in catching them out of the scan after market opens at the beginning of the color change, not during the middle of it. FSR being pumped up to under $1 stock. Pumped up prior to market open, so it may sell off just before the bell. So be aware of that situation. This is what would be confusing to me. If I see this dominator turn up and I have nothing but a string of red candles. How do you interpret that? I guess you would trust dominator. That's why I prefer to watch it when I first put them out. Have to gain trust in it. Yeah, we'll be watching SGMT at market open. I'm not going to click the buy button at the top here. I'll just be watching it for a pullback. But I have a feeling we've already seen the peak. Just remember at market open, that's when the halts kick in. So you would not be able to stay in a run like we had in pre-market. That's what's good about pre-market. You don't have any halts. But who knows? This is the stock market is not predictable. Race fire, it sure does. And higher profits. It's like after the market opens at about 9 o'clock, the volume just dies. Like everybody went back to bed. Except for the very few stocks that continue to move throughout the day. But then do you get in them after they've already moved? You kind of get that I'm late feeling. Going to change over here. Your screen's going to go blank for a minute. And of course, I'll have to drag everything back where it goes and click on Momo and make sure it's sorted by then. And I do not see the HMA scan. Right there, I'll use that one. Down here, let's see, I'm just going to put the all stocks down here. Make sure your TIF is set today so you don't miss a trade. About 1 minute to go, minute and a half. Be careful at market open. I need to get the right study up here really quick. All right, made it. 30 seconds to go. I'll be watching the all stock scan down here until something pops in up here in the HMA scan. Good luck to everyone. Also watching for other advancers down here. Of course, volatility at open, these numbers don't mean anything. It's the ones that are moving, but will they hold their gains? I don't know. I like the ones that pop up to the top. Right now, SGMT is the one at the top. The ones with the higher Momo numbers. Do I have the wrong scan? No, this is looking for down and up, so all of these are down. So these are for the shorters, it looks like. I can see right now I need to break this scan down into up or down, 2 individual scans, so I'm not sorting through all of them. And I think I've already done that. So this is the beginning of the color change. This is Mara. Well, that's impressive. Notice tomorrow it came up to the top really quick. Hennessy, I think the point is we were made aware of it right at the start, right down here, just before it turned green. Right here is where I need to learn it. Do I pull out like I would normally do and get back in lower? Or do I trust the indicator? Nice steep line. Do I change it and go look at the other ones? Or do we stick with Mara and reap the rewards? James, we're on the same page, brother. Take it while it's there. So far, the indicator is outperforming my thoughts. I have not changed it since I uploaded it. Are you on a 1 minute and not a 5? I don't know about the differences. We'll have to check it after these runs end. I'm sure the market will die soon. Or take them over to support. We'll deal with it later. But you should have the same scan I'm running. So I'm noticing the gap between the line and the price is getting narrower. That could also be an indication to get out. I'm assuming at this point, because I don't know, but it is getting narrower. There's the exit yellow arrow. Not seeing any spikes in the indicator in the scan itself. All right, we'll come back tomorrow later. So SGMT did sell off, but then recovered. It's at the beginning of the green on the HMA. Currently in a halt. Looks like more of them are going down this morning than up. See you later, Paul G. God bless you, brother. Be safe out there. See you later, Dusty. Good job on your trading. God bless you. So I'm going to say that once the scan refreshes, you want to look for volume spikes. Instead of clicking on each one of them, if you look for volume spikes, you'll know the ones that are going up or down. So they may have a green indicator or a red one, but that don't mean they're moving. Nice gap up on SGMT. Lots of buyers were sitting there. Looks like we went right back into a halt. Too late to sell. It ain't going to execute. Good job, Eric. That's when you turn off the computer and start again tomorrow. Nice job, guys. Never be greedy. Take those profits when you're happy. That's what I say. Never look back, even though this stock may go to $30. Who knows? And you'll say, I should have held on. Well, no, you shouldn't have. Take your profit. Good job, Andrew. That's right, Hennessy. See you later, George. God bless you. Have a good one. Good job, Robert. 1 minute. Yeah, let's go back tomorrow. Let's see what it was doing. So we did get a magenta, and then we did get a green that said get back in. But you would not have got that in until here somewhere. So you're not up by much had you trusted it. But you are up. I guess that's what counts. Good job, Barry. That's the way you do it. Never be greedy. Just get your piece, get your slice of the pie. That's how I like to say it. And I'm not seeing any volume spikes anywhere. I'm seeing slow crawlers this morning. Mara's still going up, so that indicator's really rocking it. Even though there's no volume spikes, it seems to know the trend. There's a refresh of the scan. No volume spike. But we have Mara with no volume spike, so I guess we have to look anyways. So that one kicked in. That one's going down. That one's going down. That's a maybe. That one's going up. CVKD. It looks like it's not has enough volume to even trade it. That's my opinion. No problem. You always have to have lots of volume, especially if you're scalping. How are you going to get in and out if you don't? No volume. I doubt that this is a pullback after a couple of halts, but I'll mark it out just in case. So this would be the area you would chance it in, but I would be watching down here for volume to kick back in. The volume has faded off. We need a big green bar to come in. Good job, Stacker. UPST on a slow and steady run. It's over here in the magic scan. I totally forgot to even look over here this morning. Thank you, Richard, for your donation. Greatly appreciate you. God bless. Well, if it's going strong, I'm too late, right? I already have the level set for it. 748 resistance. I'm still learning the different time frames on this indicator. I'm watching the daily, the hourly, the 15-minute, the 5-minute, and the 1-minute. Currently, save is on the 15 and 5-minute. I need to see which one they trigger on first. I would think the 1-minute would be first. Eric, thank you for your donation. Greatly appreciate you, brother. God bless. I think we're into the money on a crappy market day. I really do. I'm going to encourage everyone to set up the daily, the hourly, the 15-minute, the 5-minute, and the 1-minute and monitor those 5 time frames. I'm seeing everything that's moved this morning on those 5 time frames. No other scan, just the hourly, the daily, the 15-minute, 5-minute, and 1-minute. I know, Michael, I'm sorry. I think we're going to say 34 monitors. We're going to have to spend the money, get those towers working, get off of these little laptops. I guess that's a good problem to have, though. I'm losing money. I need more monitors. Magic Scan stays on 30 minutes. It's on 3 minutes, I think. Let me look at it. It might be 30 minutes. I haven't looked. It is on 30 minutes and on average volume daily. It never changes. I can hear the rain really coming down out there. So I'm liking the yellow arrow on this stock anyway. It did say get out and it did pull back. Usually I'd throw support and resistance lines on the chart of the pre-market high and low, and if one of them breaks pre-market high, that's when I take action. So I don't scan for them. I just go by support and resistance, high and low. So here's what I'm noticing, that all of the stocks in the scan have already ran up for this morning. I think where the play is going to come in is when they pull back. So maybe want to watch the ones that are pulling back for the next run up. I'm going to sort by volume spike. Maybe that's the solution. Actually, the solution would be buyers to come back into the market because the volume is very low. The SPY is barely moving. Thank you, Srinivas, for your donation. Greatly appreciate you, brother. God bless. We're definitely finding all of the movers in the market, that's for sure. I'm just not seeing the spikes to support it. I am seeing some volume spikes on the multiple time frame scans that I have running. This is one of them. This would be the 5-minute swing pro scan or HMA scan. You're welcome, Andrew. Thank you very much. Glad it helped you. Not much happening right now. All right, my time is coming to an end. Continue learning this indicator, watching the scan, trying to get your best play possible. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. The link is in the chat. Comment on the videos, like the videos, hit the bell icon so you know when I release new indicators or when I put out a new video. It helps me to keep the ratings going so YouTube will stay on top of putting it out there for everybody else. If you haven't joined our Discord, come and join us. There's about 3,500 of us over there. Come communicate with us, trade with us every morning. It's fun. We're always testing the markets with something new. Well, not always, but we have been for a while. I think it's pretty much going to die off for a little bit. I keep saying I'm going to stop coding, and I keep making a liar out of myself. So here we go. I guess enjoy it while it lasts. I appreciate everyone who donated to keep the cause going. It's greatly appreciated. And God bless you. I appreciate everyone who joined us this morning. It was a fun morning. We did find some winners, and that's rare for Mondays. Outperform the market. That's what we need to do. So as always, have a blessed day, and God bless. I'm out of here. See y'all tomorrow.